Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at something totally familiar to so many of us, but honestly, it's kind of misunderstood. Just picture this. You've got your smartphone out, you're staring at a trading app, you spot a company alike, and boom, you tap that big, brightly colored buy button for 10 shares. Literally 1 second later, your screen flashes a confirmation. Those shares are yours. But what exactly just happened in that tiny window of time? That 1 second gap between your tap and the confirmation is packed with this incredible high-speed orchestration. That's the real magic of a stock exchange. And trust me, it's way more fascinating and actually a whole lot simpler than all the financial jargon makes it sound.
It's such a simple question, right? You tap buy on 10 shares, but who did you actually buy them from? I mean, shares don't just magically appear out of thin air. For you to buy them, somebody, somewhere else had to sell them to you. So who was on the other side of your screen? Was it some billionaire in a fancy high-rise, a teacher a few states over, or maybe just some massive, cold, institutional algorithm? Well, the reality is, when that split-second trade happens, a highly complex system just instantly connected you to a complete stranger.
And here's the kicker. You're never going to know their name. You'll never meet them, never text them, never haggle with them directly. You know, people are always talking about the financial world like, oh, the market went up today, or the market's feeling really nervous right now. It makes the whole thing sound like this giant, moody beast with a mind of its own. But let's go ahead and bust that myth right now. The market is absolutely not a living creature with feelings. Fundamentally, it's just a highly organized, totally unemotional matchmaking machine. Its one and only job is to pair up strangers who want to buy with strangers who want to sell, and it does it in literally milliseconds.
Okay, so let's dive into Section 1, the arenas BSE and NSE.
So, functionally speaking, how do these two arenas actually differ? Well, first up, we've got the Bombay Stock Exchange, or BSE. It's actually Asia's oldest exchange, founded way back in 1875. Its main functional advantage today is just sheer variety. It lists close to 5,700 companies, making it an absolute bedrock if you're hunting for smaller, legacy stocks. Then we have the National Stock Exchange, the NSE, founded in 1994. Now, the NSE was built to be fully electronic right from day one. Its functional superpower? Pure speed and massive liquidity. Because it can process high-frequency trades so seamlessly, it handles the lion's share of India's daily trading volume. So, what do the big companies do? Well, most of them just choose to list their shares on both exchanges, so they get the BSE's historic reach and the NSE's high-speed volume.
But look, neither the legacy BSE nor the lightning-fast NSE is operating in the Wild West here. They are both marketplaces. And hey, every good marketplace needs a strict referee. That is exactly where SEBI comes in, the Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI is the absolutely crucial middleman. Think of them as the ultimate authority. Their entire purpose is to watch over these exchanges, ensure total fair play, and stop anyone from trying to cheat the system. So when you think you're trusting the exchange with your hard-earned money, you're actually trusting the framework that SEBI enforces to keep these massive matchmaking arenas perfectly honest.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, the matchmaking machine.
So, when you place that order on your phone, it's not going to some human brokers shouting on a chaotic trading floor anymore. No way. It goes straight into this massive, constantly updating digital database called the order book. Think of it like a giant digital list, split right down the middle into two sides. On one side, you've got all the people wanting to buy, and their orders, they're ranked strictly starting from the absolute highest price anyone is willing to pay, going down. On the flip side, you have all the sellers, and they're ranked from the absolute lowest price they're willing to accept, going up. The exchange is basically just maintaining these two massive lines of people, constantly waiting for the numbers to cross.
So how does the computer actually figure out who gets what? Well, it relies on this incredibly fair, pretty ruthless algorithm known as the price-time priority rule. Step 1. Your order joins that giant book we were just talking about. Step 2 is all about price. The computer always rewards the best price first. The highest bidder and the lowest seller get priority. But wait, what if 50 different people all want to buy at the exact same price? That brings us to Step 3, time. Ties are broken strictly by who got there first. It is literally just like standing in line at the grocery store checkout. Finally, Step 4 is the match. The exact instant a buyer's price and a seller's price overlap, boom, the trade is born. And hey, if your order is only partially filled, no worries. The leftover quantity just hops right back into its exact spot in the queue, waiting for the next match.
To kind of put this abstract math into perspective, just imagine you want to buy those 10 shares, right? And you tell your app, hey, I'm willing to pay up to 500 rupees per share. You hit buy, instantly your order flies into the NSE's order book.
Meanwhile, somewhere completely across the country, a total stranger decides they want to sell 10 shares of that exact same company, and they are not accepting a single rupee less than 500. The exchange's computer is scanning the order book, it spots that your willingness to buy perfectly lines up with their willingness to sell, and bam, it matches you both at exactly 500 rupees. You never chatted, you never haggled, you're literally just sitting there sipping your chai while these exchanges hum along in the background, making millions of these perfect matches every single day.
Which brings us to Section 3. Why exchanges matter.
Knowing how this system really works completely shifts how you should look at the market. First off, that stock price blinking on your screen, it isn't some magical, arbitrary number set by a CEO or handed down by the government. It is quite literally just a constantly updating agreement. It's just the historical record of the very last moment a buyer and a seller shook hands. Second, because these exchanges pull millions of people together, they create this incredible liquidity. You don't have to wander the streets trying to sell your shares. You can do it instantly at a totally fair, publicly visible price. And honestly, perhaps the most important thing to take away here is that this entire system is driven by rules, not favors. A regular retail investor buying 5,000 rupees worth of stock is treated with the exact same cold mathematical logic as a massive hedge fund throwing around 5 crore. There are no secret VIP lines. If your price and your time are better, you win, period.
Let's jump into Section 4. See it in action.
You know, the coolest part is that you actually have the tool sitting in your pocket right now to watch this whole matchmaking machine do its thing. Seriously, the next time you open up your trading app, before you even buy or sell anything, just look around for a little button or a tab that says Market Depth or Order Book. When you click that, you're going to see exactly what we've been talking about today. You'll see the live, real-time queue of bids and asks. You'll literally watch the prices stack up and see the quantity shifting second by second as real buyers and sellers are frantically canceling and placing orders. I really encourage you to just sit there and spend like 30 seconds watching those numbers shift around. Because once you see that live queue with your own eyes, the stock market forever stops feeling like this mysterious, unpredictable mood, and it finally reveals itself as the beautiful, logical machine that you now completely understand.
But, you know, finding your match in the order book is actually only the first half of the magic trick. Think about it. You tapped buy, the computer found a seller, and you both agreed on the price. But at that exact millisecond, the seller doesn't actually have your money yet, and you definitely don't have those shares sitting safely in your digital vault. So what on earth happens to your money and those shares in the days after that match is made? How does the actual physical transfer securely take place without anyone getting scammed? Well, that hidden plumbing is a highly complex process called settlement, and that is exactly what we're going to be decoding in our next explainer. Until then, definitely keep an eye on that order book.